कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Rama wished to learn about the Utpatti of Ganga Mata, the river. At the beginning, Vishwamitra Maharshi describes the Charitram of Kumara, Kartikeya, Gangeya, the one who was born of Ganga, born of Kritika Stris, called as Kartikeya. So Gangeya Charitram is described, Kumara Sambhavam is described, and later Ganga's Charitram comes into picture. To bring about the emancipation of the 60,000 sons of Sagara Chakravarti who were turned into a mountain, a heap of ashes by Kapila, the one who came in the lineage of Ikshvaku, that is Sagara's son Asamanjas, Asamanjas' son Amshuman, Amshuman's son Dilipa, Dilipa's son Bhagiratha Chakravarti. Bhagiratha did Prayatnam. He performed austerities towards Brahma. Brahma said, I will surely send Ganga, but somebody has to bear the weight. He prayed towards Lord Shiva. Shiva agreed that this is for a noble cause, I shall bear Ganga. To bring down the arrogance of Ganga, Shiva did not let down the waters of Ganga from his matted locks. Then upon request by Bhagiratha that Ganga should be left, she was left in 3 streams eastwards, 3 westwards, 1 followed south, the Ratham of Bhagiratha, and she was called Bhagirathi. Why is she called Tripathaga? Let us answer this question first, because Rama says, tell me the Charitram of Tripathaga. Ganga's other name is Tripathaga, the one who has got 3 sources, 3 streams she goes as. Why? One of the reasons mentioned is the way she was distributed. 3 streams eastwards, 3 westwards, 1 southwards. So there is a 3-way distribution, hence she was called Tripathaga. The second meaning, earlier Ganga waters were found in Brahma's jar, Kamandalam. So from his Kamandalu, he poured the waters to wash the feet of Vishnu. Remember, when Lord came as Vamana and grew up as Trivikrama, Trini Padani Vichakrame Tredani Dadhe Padam. So while he grew and measured the worlds, then these waters of Ganga were used by Brahma and Saraswati to perform Abhishekam to the Lord's foot. So the Lord's holy foot, imagine the foot is coming upwards like this. Brahma and Saraswati were doubtful, whose foot is reaching Satyaloka? Then they found the insignia of Shankham, Chakram and the Panchayudhams in it. So they understood it is the holy foot of the Lord which is coming there. And as they understood, waters of Ganga were poured on his feet. And from that Abhisheka Jalam, Lord Shiva received it on his matted locks. And this association of Ganga with Brahma's Kamandalam, with Vishnu's feet, with Shiva's matted locks. So she is associated with the Trimurtis, hence she is called Tripathaga. Bhakto Parodha Sahapada Saroja Haste, from Brahma's Kamandalam. Mandakini Vigalita Makaranda Dhara Sadhyastrivarga Apavargam Apiksharantim Punya Babhuva Pura Shasana Maulimala. From Brahma's Kamandalam, Sarojahasta, she went to Vishnu's feet and then she reached the matted locks of Maulimala, Chandramouli. That is the second meaning to Tripathaga. The third, see, from Vishnu's feet she reaches the Devalokam, which is the heaven. From Devalokam she reaches Shankara, that is Lord Shiva's matted locks 2. From Shiva's matted locks she reaches Bhumi, which is 3. There is a 3-way process in Ganga, so she is called Tripathaga. Vikranti ketu ghatika padavahini te न्यस्यन्त्युपैति नद जीवित सिंशुमारम् औत्तानपादिममृतांशुं शुमशीतभानुं हेमाचलं पशुपतिं हिमवन्तमुर्वीम्. Hence she is called Tripathaga. Even in many places of great worship, the waters are referred to as Ganga. If you go atop to Tirumala Tirupati, after having darshan of Balaji, if you go to the top, it is called Akasha Ganga. The waters that come there in that particular spring is called Akasha Ganga. If you come to the south of Tamil Nadu near Madurai, you have a place called Vrishabhadri or Malirumcholai. There she is called Nupura Ganga. So Ganga is a name associated with pure waters. Now, as Ganga was flowing as Bhagirathi following Bhagiratha's chariot, again out of arrogance, waters had to flow behind Bhagiratha's chariot. She instead changes her course and goes into Janhu's ashramam and destroys it completely. So it is said, Janhu swallowed her, and upon the prayatnam of Bhagiratha, see Bhagiratha's state, every step there is an impediment, but he consistently tries. He requested Janhu, please leave her. Then he left her through the year. Since she emerged out of Janhu, she is called Janhavi. Tatastushto Mahatejaha Shrotrabhyam Prabhu Tasma Janha Sudha Ganga Prochyati Janhaviti Cha. So she was called Janhavi, hence. She followed Bhagiratha's chariot again and finally reaches the heap of ashes, the forefathers of Bhagiratha. With her flow, with her association, they all attain moksham. So, athattadhyasmanam shashim ganga sanilam uttamam plavayat puta papmanaha swargam prapta raghutama. Now, every charitram what Vishwamitra narrates to Rama and Lakshmana should have a relevance. Why is Ganga's charitram being told to Rama and Lakshmana? Because Ganga emerged from Vishnu, that is Narayana's feet. So she is the one who is able to give emancipation to so many. One who has emerged from the Lord's feet. It is not directly the Lord's feet. She is a byproduct of the Lord's feet. She has emerged from the Lord's feet. And that Ganga is revered so much. So if the one who has come from the Lord's feet herself has so much of chastity, purity and auspiciousness, how much auspiciousness Lord's feet will have? So in a few moments from now, Rama will give emancipation to Ahalya. So Rama's feet will give emancipation to Ahalya. So on one side, Rama's feet has given rise to Ganga, that gives emancipation. What is the surprise when Rama's feet themselves give emancipation to Ahalya? First. Second, Ganga which has come from the Lord's feet can give emancipation. The Lord's feet can give emancipation to Ahalya. Similarly, the Lord's feet's padukas can give completeness, solace to Bharata. So, to describe the importance of the Lord's foot and the padukas, this episode is narrated. In fact, like how Ganga is revered in the north of India, in the south, Kaveri is given so much of importance. So, the Acharya who lived in Srirangam, the temple town of Srirangam, says, Ganga had association with the Lord's foot once. With the Lord's feet, she had association once. After that, she started flowing. But Kaveri, every drop of hers has association with Ranganatha when she flows through Srirangam. He says, Tirtham Shundhati Pati Nandana Tarun Rathyanga Rangakshuti Snaniyartha Haranapanavāri Vahati Snatah Punite Janan Shyamam Vedaraho Vyanakti Puline Penai Hasanti Shitat Ganga Vishnupadi Tvamatra Mukharam Hemapaga Hantvagam. She says, this particular Ganga, who is so pure, her charitram has been described. Now Rama continues. He says, sir, can you describe how Samutra Manthanam happened? There is an incident called Kurma Avataram which I have heard. Rama says sarcastically. Can you tell me that? Vishwamitra starts narrating. Tato nischitya mathanam yoktram krutva chabasukim manthanam mandaram krutva mamanthuramitaujasah. Once upon a time when Indra lost various shares, loads of his wealth, and they were told to be found in the depths of the ocean. Vasuki was used as a churning rope and Mandara Parvatam was used as a churning rod, and the churning of the ocean was done. Imagine churning of the ocean. It's a very important episode in our Puranas. It comes in Ramayanam, it comes in Mahabharatam, it comes in Vishnu Puranam, it comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. This Kurmavataram appears everywhere. In fact, in the classical Tamil literature, we have very old literature in our country. In the Tamil language, it is hailed as one of the oldest. In that, there is a work called as Silappadigaram by a poet called Ilango Vadigal. He tells in his Tamil work how this happened. Vadavarayai mattaki Vasukiyai nanaki kadalvannan pandurunal. So in those days, this oceanic waters were churned. So when the oceanic waters were churned, halahalam, kalakuta, the poison emerged from it. See, to partake good materials, everybody will come. They will say, I want this, I want that. Who will take poison? Nobody will take. But there is one deity who is extremely merciful for the welfare of the mankind. Mahadeva, Rudramurti came and said, I shall drink this poison which is found in the vessel. Halahalam visham ghoram sanjagrahamrutopamam Devan Visrujya Devesho Jagama Bhagavan Haraha. In fact, there is one mantra, one rik, in Rigvedam which says, Keshi Mishasya Patrena Rudrena Apibat Saha. One of the acharyas who comments says, Keshi literally means Narayana himself. Some say it is Surya, some say it is the Madhyavarti of Surya called Narayana, who through the form of Shiva consumed the halahalam. He was called Nilakantha after that. In the Kannada language, we have Purandaradasa, one of the greatest composers, who describes this rare act of Lord Shiva. Chandra Chuda Shiva Shankara Parvati Ramanane Ninage Namo Namo Sundara Mrugadhara Pinagadhanukara Ganga Shira Gaja Charma Baradhara Chandra Chuda Shiva Shankara Parvati Ramanane Ninage Namo Namo Kandarpana Krodha Dinda Kanteredu Konda Ugranunine. Says Purandaradasa, what all he did? He burnt Kandarpa. There he says, Bhujisidava Nine, Kalakutava Bhujisidava Nine, the one who drank Kalakuta, poison for the welfare of the world. In fact, there is a Champu Kavyam called Nilakantha Vijaya Champu by a great poet called Nilakantha Dikshita, which is worth reading. So, while Lord Shiva became Nilakantha, now after the poison was gone, great things have to come. Kamadhenu, Chaishrava, Sairavatam, Kalpaka Vriksham, Chintamani, and so on. That is when the mountain was about to shake, the Lord had to support it on his back. So, he became Kurma. Iti Shrutva Hrishikeshaha Kamatham Rupamastitaha Parvatam Prishtata Kritva Shishye Tatro Dhadau Harihi. So what all came out of that Samudra Mantharam? We have the list of things mentioned. Finally came Amritam. Yada Kshayam Gatam Sarvam Tada Vishnur Mahabalaha Amritam Soharat Turnam Maya Masthaya Mohini. First Dhanavantri came with that Amrita Kalasham. So Amritam was a Rasayanam mentioned in those days, where if you consume that particular rasayanam, you will never get old. You will never feel old. It is like that anti-wrinkle creams of these days. You will get a lot of energy. This was what rasayanam, that amritam was meant for. But somehow there is a wrong notion that if you have amritam, you will never die. Remember, a person who is born has to die, however great that person is. If there is birth, there will be death. So you can never escape death. But this amritam will help you survive longer. See, with lot of medicines now, people who used to live for average age was 60 has now become 75. Then it will become 80. You can extend that age, but you can never avoid death. So this amritam was brought by Dhanavantri, an avatar of Vishnu. Now the Devas and Asuras started chasing Dhanavantri. Dhanavantri could not run. That is when the Lord chose to become another avataram called Mohini avataram. One of the only avatarams where he becomes a lady. A very charming lady. Even the Apsaras threes thought, we should stop being Apsaras. She is so beautiful. Let us see what that Mohini Alankaram has to say tomorrow.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.